Hi Aquarius, welcome to your monthly tarot reading with me, Raphael Ray from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. My sincerest apologies to all of you, my fellow Aquarians, for missing last month's video. Uranus, however you want to say it, in Taurus, new digs, as you can see. So my sincerest apologies for last month. I really am sorry, but I just didn't have it in me. I had so much going on last month, and rather than push like I usually do and then end up needing to take 6 weeks out, I took the time out, and I moved as well. So thank you so much for being here. July 2018. I would like to bless both of these decks that I'm about to use with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So, and don't worry, there's going to be solar eclipse specials for everybody. And there will definitely be lunar eclipse specials for the lunar eclipse that happens later on this month as well, because that's happening in our sign. It's the last one as well for us. Thank God, right? Which anyway. Your actions and your interactions with the world at large this month. You have the Hermit. So, interestingly enough, I believe that this is going to be quite a full-on month. I think it's going to be quite a social month. Your actions and your interactions, though, come through the guise of Virgo, but more importantly, the Hermit card represents the experience of choosing to be alone rather than being lonely. When you see the Hermit card, this is about taking a quest. You know, sometimes it can be a physical quest, sometimes it can be a spiritual quest, but very often what I find is the experience that you tend to have with the Hermit card is you choose to withdraw. You choose to pull yourself away from too much stimulus. You choose to pull yourself away from situations. You choose not to interact so much. And it's not about cutting people off. It's not about, being exclusive or anything like that. It's actually about self-preservation. It's about saying, look, you know what? I need some time to recoup and regroup, and so I need to take away what is working for me at the moment, and I need to cut away what isn't working for me at the moment. We've got Mars in our sign. It goes retrograde today. When I'm filming this, it's the 24th of June, and we've got Mars which is going retrograde in our sign on the 26th, which is Tuesday. When Mars goes retrograde, especially in your own sign, what it tends to do is to internalize its energy. It tends to take the focus from out there and bring the focus in here. The Hermit card is going to second that experience, your actions and your interactions. Fire, Mars. Very interesting how that's come up. And the experience of this is going to be about, I think, it's going to be about what we need to cut away, what doesn't work for us anymore, what doesn't serve us, what is just clinging on for dear life, so that we will give it time and attention that actually, like a surgeon, just needs to be cut off or cut away. Think deeply about that. You might see yourself more frustrated. I can already feel it. I've already had run-ins with my boss. I've been, fire mouth. And I've been really feeling it already, Mars being in my sign. When it goes retrograde, I think it's going to allow us to internalize some of that assertive energy, and really start to think about ways that we can dole that power out like a dam lets water through at a pace, and that way you can generate machinery and create electricity and all the rest of it. Whereas if you just open the floodgate and let it all out, it's wild and it's untamed. feels good for a while, but eventually it will run its course and it will either wash everything away, or like a fire, it will burn everything to a cinder. So the Mars retrograde is going to allow us to really utilize some of that energy in a positive way. Good time for research, good time to dedicate yourself to a big project that you're working on. I'm not giving any details, I've already said that in the Leo video. Anyway, so yes, this is about withdrawing this month. Don't get me wrong, I still think it's going to be a highly sociable month. I just think you are going to utilize periods of aloneness to their full effect, and the Mars retrograde will really allow you to do that. The lunar eclipse especially is going to be very, very intense for us. You know, and I'll be here to talk about that as well at the time. So your money and your materials, you get the, that's interesting. So your money and your materials, you get the Queen of Wands. Who is the Queen of Wands? A fire sign female, Leo, Sagittarius or Aries. This is, I mean, she represents the sign of Leo if you're choosing one. But your money and your materials, it coming through, you know, through the Queen of Wands is kind of saying that it's about what you're deeply connected to. It's about, you know, because your money and your materials, we're all deeply connected to our money. It's how we survive, you know, it's how we pay our rent, it's how we pay our bills, it's how we feed ourselves, all of that stuff. The Queen of Wands is highly emotive. She's dynamic, she's vibrant, she's fun, she's full of life, she's sensual, she's sexual. She's excited about life and she understands how to be mysterious. She understands how to not put everything on a plate. The same thing applies to your money and your materials this month. What do you truly value? What is exciting to you? What is it that you need to demonstrate in terms of your finances, your money and your materials this month? Because the Queen of Wands kind of says, I'm in touch with the mysteries. I know how to show things overtly, but I also know what needs to be hidden and when. If this month, you know, and then you've got the Hermit card as well, which is about withdrawal. So, you know, this kind of says to me that this month, you might get a blessing or a boon of money or finances in some way, shape or form. And I don't think it's something that you should televise, not, you know, literally televise, but something that you should broadcast. If you are given a gift this month of some sort, I think it would be wise for you to keep your mouth stumm about it. This is something that you should keep to yourself. Do kind things for others, be generous if you can, if you know, if you're put in that situation. But I do feel like this is going to be a month where you are given some kind of blessing, Aquarius, and I think it's going to be down to you to be discerning about how you share that, if you share it at all. Really, really interesting, very interesting set of cards, because you've got Virgo and Leo there, and the two couldn't be more different, you know, and they're in each other's sectors, you know. So you've got the Earth in the fire sector and you've got the Queen of Wands, the fire woman, in the, you know. It could also see as well somebody coming into your life this month that's going to bless you. It could see somebody coming into your life that sees what you do, that sees the value of what you do and understands your ability to withdraw when need be. This could be someone coming in that says, look, you know what, I really want to work with you. Could be somebody that comes in with an opportunity, somebody that comes in and says, and I've been feeling this for quite a while, now that it's actually just unlocked, I'm getting all of this other stuff. And I don't want to go too much into my own stuff because this isn't about me, this is your reading. But I kind of feel like this is going to take place, you know, there's going to be a fire sign energy that comes into your life that's going to say, look, I want to work with you, I want to collaborate with you. There's an opportunity, it might be something at work where someone comes and says, look, you know what, I like your style, I like the way that you do things and I resonate with that. Do you want to I feel like this is going to be somebody that's quite prominent as well, so keep an eye out for that. And you know, remember, just continue to be your authentic Aquarian self and you will be doing it the right way. So your communications this month, Three of Cups, beautiful. I love the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups is about fun, it's about joy, it's about enjoyment, it's about reunions, it's about people coming back into the fold or people coming back. Now, look at this. Do you remember I said to you this is somebody coming into your life? For some of you, especially with the eclipse season, this is going to be somebody coming back into your life. This is going to be a fire sign energy, most likely a Leo or somebody that has traits of strong tendencies towards Leo-like traits. Coming back into your life. This is going to be a reunion of some sort. This is going to be a reimagining, a reinvigorating of a previous communication, of a previous relationship. And this is really exciting. This is really, really exciting, because the Three of Cups is fun, it's enjoyment, it's reunions, it's the birth of something special, the birth of something enjoying. It's the birth of something enjoyable, I guess is the word I'm looking for. And these two together, so your money and your communications, there's definitely somebody coming in that wants to bless you, because the Three of Cups is a blessing card as well. There's definitely something like that going on as well, but it's also something coming back for, you know, for you can refocus your attention on it. The actions and the communications. So by withdrawing, it will recharge you from, because don't forget Mars retrograde in your sign as well tends to, because it internalizes the energy so much, you might not necessarily have so much physical energy as well. You know, that can be one of the experiences of it. So with taking those moments to truly withdraw and, you know, recharge your batteries, can actually see you having a better time when you do socialize this month. It's about finding that true balance between the two. Okay, and then finally, your emotions, well, your heart and your half, your home and your half. You know, this is your partnerships, boyfriend, girlfriend, lover, husband, wife, your family relationships as well. I mean, look at that. And the thing with the Sun card is, you know, I'll go into that in a minute. For those of you that are in partnerships, for those of you that are in established bonds, this is beautiful. This is fun and optimism and joy. It's laughter, it's outings, it's venturing out into the world together while you're both looking in the same direction but holding hands. It is you having fun with your partner. It's you having lighter times after a difficult time as well. You know, I can attest to that. You know, this is great. For those of you that are single, somebody that is very, very different to who you are. I mean, what more would an Aquarius go for than somebody that was vastly different to what we like? Everything different. Even us, or those of you that are the stuffy Saturnian type of Aquarius. I laugh because in some respects I am so Saturnian. I'm really, really traditional. There's some things that I'm really quite hard-headed and old world about. And then there's some things I'm like, that's so antiquated, man. Like, and I tap right into the Uranian aspect of myself. And, you know, seeing those two dynamics between, you know, the decisions and the experiences and the things that I experience or go through, I find really funny, because a lot of Aquarians are either very Saturnian and a lot of Aquarians are very Uranian. But then you get that the rare ones that are probably in the middle, like me, 3rd of Feb, who are a bit, you know, like they have, like I said, they have traits of both. They're really traditional and stern in some respects, and in some I really am. I'm very inflexible, but in others I'm like, oh, that's like totally old world, like that's antiquated, who thinks like that anymore? So it's really interesting to see that dynamic within myself, you know, and to see it out in the world is even more interesting. So back to this, for those of you that are single, you will be finding that the partner, and I say this because opposite, you know, your emotional experience, you've got the Queen of Wands, who represents the sign of Leo, and Leo is the direct opposite to Aquarius in the zodiac. You know, I'm a Leo rising, but I'm an Aquarius. So for those of you that are single, the type of partner that you could come across and meet this month will be very, very different to anything that you've experienced before, and that will be the draw. That will be and you know, not so different that it can't be reconciled. It will be so different that it's actually complementary, just like me and my other half, I believe, anyway. Okay, so going back to what I said I was going to touch on, when you see the Sun card in any spread, it lends power to the other experiences that are brought to you. And we read cards in conjunction anyway, you know, it's like astrology. Although I do videos on separate aspects, there's always something else going on in a chart as well. It's never just the one aspect. I talk about specific aspects just because, especially like eclipses or Uranus into Taurus, because those are big things that, you know, even just a general understanding of that one thing will lighten everything else. So when you see the Sun card and your, you know, your heart and your half and your actions is saying that this time that you take alone, this time that you choose to have this month will illuminate you. You will be shining a light into the furthest recesses of self, and therefore not only recharging your batteries when the time calls for it, but you will also you'll come up with, you know, you'll illuminate things within yourself. You will discover different things about yourself and about how you can make your life better, your experience better. On top of that, you've got your money and your materials and this opportunity that's coming back around. You know, the Sun's giving energy and positivity and power to that. The Sun rules Leo, you know, and this is happening in your money sector, so that's really exciting. Then you've got the Sun card adding power and strength to your communications, which are fun and joyous and vibrant and almost like, even, you know, it's like people are just going to want to hear you speak. People are just going to want to hear what you have to say. What is your opinion on this? And, well, you know, where does that come from? It's not just about you having a different viewpoint as an Aquarian, as we often do. It's going to be about people wanting to hear your specific, unique take on something that everybody knows something about. You know, so really, really interesting. It's going to be an amazing month. It really is. You know, I'm really excited for this. I'm really, really excited for this. And like I said, partnerships that are already in bloom are going to be amazing. So your key to the month, Aquarius, is the Emperor. So your key to the month is about your commitment. Your key to the month is about, you know, because the Emperor represents marriage, represents hospitals, institutions, it's universities, schools, things that you have to commit yourself to for a long time. It's also the sign of Aries, or, you know, in another aspect, it could be Mars. You know, Mars is in your sign and it's going retrograde, and I've already spoken about that. Committing yourself to having the best life that you possibly can will start this month. And it's funny because the way that I feel this, the way that I see this, is going to be very much about you finding a way to balance those two natures of self. So if you're a Saturnian Aquarius, you will start to tap more into the Uranian energy so that you can be a bit more fun and a bit more lighthearted and freer. For those of you that are completely Uranian, this will give you some of the influence of Saturn so that you can balance it out and not be so flitty. For those of you that are already on that sort of finding how to balance the scale, you will be doing this on an even more powerful level. This is about really finding a balance between the awesome and the fun and and the responsibility. It's about finding the balance of how to be in the world and how to retreat when you need to. And this center line, ultimately it's about committing yourself to having more abundance. It's about committing yourself to be okay with having more, to and understanding what you'll do with it when you get that more. Aquarius, I wish you an abundance of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance itself. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your subscribes. Please don't forget to support the channel. I'm always astounded and overwhelmed and so happy when I see the numbers creeping up every month. I can't believe I have so many subscribers. It's just nuts to me and I love it, which is why I always try to do my best. If you would like to donate to the channel, you can do so on the link below. Thank you so much if you do, and if you don't, that's your choice. Have an amazing month. We'll see you very soon for the eclipse specials. Take care.